Hello, welcome to Prairie Imperfection. I am Lisa and today I am doing my top 10 boy names that I love but will not be using. Here's the deal. I am in charge of naming the boys. If we have boys, my husband is in charge of naming the girls. So this list is a little bit more realistic because, you know, I actually get to name the boys. But we probably want to name it an E name because we got 2 kids already that start with E, and my husband's sister has 2 other kids that start with E. So if this is our last baby, it would be the only baby in the whole family that doesn't have an E name. So I feel like we should try to name it with an E, unless we want to have at least 4 babies. So the high chance that we're gonna name it an E name. So a lot of these names on the list don't start with E, so probably won't be using. But let me just get into it. So number 1, Leland. I love the name Leland. I love biblical names or names that remind me of my faith, my God, and my salvation. And though Leland is not a biblical name, there is a Christian band called Leland that is super inspirational, encouraging. I love the music. Number 2, David. David has been one of my top boy names for forever, since I was like a teenager. I just love it. It's after King David. I think it's a good name about redemption and the love of God, because even though King David committed some pretty crazy things, sins, crimes in his life, he's still called like a man after God's own heart, which I think says something about God and how forgiving and loving he is. So I like that name. Number 3, Levi. Levi, I think, is just a cute 2-syllable, short, simple name. Also biblical. My babies are half Korean, so they are kind of olive complexion with dark hair, dark eyes. So I always picture names on, you know, kind of darker babies, and I think Levi would be cute for a little dark half Asian baby. When I say dark, like, I mean not blonde. A little half Asian baby. Okay, number 4, Arlo. I think this name is cute. It's starting to be a little trendy, I think. But the reason I really like this name is because my mother's name is Arlie, A-R-L-I-E. So I think it would be like a good, you know, basically naming it after my mother. Naming him after my mother. Okay, so number 5 is Brady. I like this name because I think it's cute and simple, and I also like it because my maternal great-grandmother's maiden name was Brady, so it's kind of feels like it could be a family name. Number 6, Ezra. This is an E name. I really love it. I probably would be high in the list of contenders, but my very close cousin who just had a baby, like I think he's like a year old pretty much now, her baby's name is Ezra, so I don't think I can name mine Ezra. Number 7, Hosea. There's another biblical name. I think it is also a good example of redemption and God's love. Hosea in the Bible is God tells him to marry a prostitute, and he is supposed to be like the example of how God continues to love us even though we continue, we stray time and time again. He still takes us back with open arms. There is also a very beautiful fictional story written based off of this called Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. If you have not read that book, I suggest you read it. I would highly recommend it if you are into historical fiction or biblical fiction. Number 8, Fitz. This is kind of a, I don't know if I would ever name my kid Fitz, but I kind of like it. It's like, I don't know, unique, I think. But I got it from Fitzwilliam Darcy, the character from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy. His first name is Fitzwilliam. So yeah, I think Fitz is kind of cute. But I probably would not actually name my son that ever. I just think it would be cool. Number 9, James, with the nickname Jem. This I got from Anna Green Gables. Anne and Gilbert name their first son James and call him Jem. And I think I've always liked that. I thought that was super cute to, yeah, call your son Jem, because it kind of just reminds me that how precious your kids are to you, like gems. And then number 10, Emmanuel. I love this name. It's an E name. I mostly love it because the meaning behind it is God with us. I think that's a super encouraging meaning. And my OB for my 2 oldest kids' name was Emmanuel too, so that's kind of funny. But my husband doesn't like it at all. He will not go for it. So there you go. There's my top 10 baby boy names I love but won't be using. If you have any recommendations for E names for boys, please leave them in the comments below, because I'm struggling to come up with some boy names. So I would love the suggestions. Also, let me know if you liked any of these names or what your favorite boy names are. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.